Road dog boxing, motherfucker.
Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford now happening in September 2025. Crawford should consider taking a tune-up. That's right. Crawford should take a tune-up before fighting Canelo Alvarez, because if this fight does happen in September, that will mean that Bud Crawford would have gone and sat out and not fought since August of 2024. If this fight does happen to take place in September, like it's being rumored to, then let me tell you, there is nothing good about ring rust. And plus, you already know Canelo Alvarez will be taking a tune-up fight in May, most likely against William Skull for the IBF World title. Now, just a little sidebar here. Just want to pivot a little bit. I want to direct this to all of the Canelo haters and detractors that were claiming that Canelo was ducking and is scared of fighting Terence Crawford. Yeah, I noticed that you guys have changed your words and your tone. You went from Canelo is scared and he is ducking Terence Crawford to, oh, if this fight does happen and Crawford loses, Crawford was daring to be great. Another thing is this. I know a lot of people say things to get a reaction out of the viewer or the listener, but if you continue to say stupid ass shit or just give bad predictions and you're always wrong on your predictions, or you're just saying dumbass shit for clicks and shock value, eventually, if you do this enough, you will lose credit and you will be ignored and looked at like a stupid idiot that just sounds off at the lip and says random shit for attention. But it is what it is, and it was what it was. But back to what I was saying about Terence Crawford. He should take a tune-up before fighting Canelo in September. Crawford should definitely take a tune-up in the first quarter of the year. And if this was a perfect world, and if Canelo wasn't already fighting William Skull for the IBF, I would say Crawford should fight William Skull to get his feet wet at 168 and for a chance at the 168 IBF World title, so he can come to the table with a belt. But because that most likely won't happen, let's just keep moving right along. Another person I was thinking that would be a good tune-up for Terence Crawford would be Jermell Charlo. He's a mutual opponent with Canelo, and his last fight took place at 168. So if you're Jermell Charlo, why not pick up where you left off at 168? I'm pretty sure it'd be a lot easier to make 168 than it is to make 154 again. And not only that, I just really want to see this fight. I've always wanted to watch Jermell Charlo and Bud catch a fade. But another person that would be a good tune-up moving up would be Erislandy Lara. That's another mutual opponent with Canelo Alvarez. A lot of people had Lara beating Canelo or winning that fight. So imagine if Crawford put a beat down on Lara. Imagine the position that Crawford would put himself in going into the September showdown with the face of boxing. The odds would be a lot closer, that's for damn sure. But at the same time, this is risky for Crawford. I don't know. Imagine if Lara gives Crawford a run for his money, or if Crawford doesn't beat Skull in a dominant fashion. There are chances that Bud Crawford compromises his bag before even getting to Canelo. But what I do know is this. Terence Crawford needs to take a tune-up before fighting Canelo Alvarez, because not only is Canelo been more active than Terence Crawford, but he's already accustomed to the weight. Canelo Alvarez is at his best at 168. And Terence Crawford, on the other hand, has never fought at the super middleweight division. Not to mention that Canelo has faced the more fierce and the more elite competition than Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford has not faced the same level of opposition as Canelo. If you don't believe me, you think I'm capping, then riddle me this. Who has Terence Crawford fought that, or who's on Terence Crawford's resume that is on the same level of a Floyd Mayweather, Triple G, or a Dimitri Bivol? I'll wait. But anyways, another fighter I would like to see Terence Crawford gauge his skills and how his power would transfer up to the 168 division. A good test would be Caleb Plant, because that's another mutual opponent with Canelo Alvarez. But at the same time, it's risky because you see, not only just with Caleb Plant, because Caleb Plant is a good fighter and he's gotten better since losing to Canelo. But all these guys, man, you see, even William Skoll, even Joe Schmo at 168, Desmond Nicholson, they're all risky fights for Terence Crawford because they're all bigger guys. So, I don't know, man. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Maybe like an Edgar Berlanga, like a big punching bag to kind of gauge to see where Terence Crawford's power and weight would translate. You know, would he slow down? Would he carry the weight well? We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. I'm super excited, though, for this fight. It's going to be a great event. For what I'm hearing, it's going to be in Vegas in September. And, yeah, drop your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. And you already know, once again, this has been your boy O-Dog Boxing. And I'm out this bitch.